Hey guys, Jacob here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the items I would like to see return in Tom Clancy's The Division 2. First, if you guys are new, welcome to the channel. I upload daily Division 2 content on stuff like build videos, vendor resets, and overall news on the game. Also, I will be covering other games in the future. I've already started to cover Aliens Fireteam Elite, and I'll be covering Dying Light 2 and Halo, etc., etc. But to get right into it, we're going to be talking about some of the items I would like to see return in Division 2 in Year 3. Now, the first one I know a lot of you guys have been wanting for a very long time now, and that's going to be the original lightweight M4. If you never played Division 1, you will never understand how good this weapon was before they changed it, and how many people use this damn thing in the DZ, and overall in general. This might be probably the most used AR in the Division 1, and everyone was all over this thing because it was absolutely awesome. And, you know, they always had the LVIC in Division 2, and obviously the lightweight M4, but if you look at the E3 footage, which you guys will see right here, it's 850 RPM. So the lightweight M4 was originally just like the original in Division 1. And if you look at the LVIC, aka the lightweight, these are both semi-automatic weapons in Division 2. But if you look at them, they're now under a different category called rifle and have 380 RPM. So they're completely different. And if you look at the E3 footage, you will see the lightweight M4 was full auto. And same goes for the Pentagon. If you watch the Pentagon trailer, you will see the LVIC is full auto in the Pentagon trailer, which makes no sense because this weapon is semi-automatic, unless it's some kind of custom variant. Which I wish they would either add a new custom variant of this weapon that's high end, or maybe in a new exotic version of this weapon that's based on a New York City weapon, and maybe make it like the Eagle Bear and make it really really powerful. But also, I'd love to see a weapon compete with the Eagle Bear. We have the Capacitor and the Bighorn, the Chameleon, but in PvP, a lot of people still use the EB over everything. A lot of people use the FAL, the ACR, stuff like that. But it'd be really cool if they did give us some kind of exotic LVOAC or even a lightweight M4 that is full auto. Now, the next item I'm going to be talking about is going to be probably one of my favorite items in Division ever, and that's going to be the Ninja Bike backpack. And if you never played Division 1, you will never understand how it's pretty much changed the game for a very long time. And back in the day, no one would ever touch this damn thing because no one ever wanted it. It was terrible. Then they reworked it, and essentially this allowed you to make some of the most craziest combos in the Division 1. So say you have 3 pieces of Final Measure and 2 pieces of Tactician. This would allow you to unlock the set bonus 4. So you'll see right there that you have 3 pieces of Final Measure. Then you have the Ninja Bike backpack, which acts as a bonus. So you're getting the 4-piece. So if you have the backpacks, you are going to be getting the 4-piece from this. But overall, this made buildings insanely awesome in Division 1, and people to this day are still trying out different combos and seeing what works and what doesn't. And this piece alone being reworked gives me hope that they might rework some of the other exotics in the game. I know the Ninja Bike knee pads are probably one of the least used items in the game. So maybe in the future they can rework those and make it more people actually want to use them. Because I don't know anyone who uses the Ninja Bike knee pads. If you guys do, please let me know in the comment section below. But I absolutely don't know anyone who uses those. Now, as for skills, the main skill I would like to see return in Division 2 is going to be the box, aka the support station. And I feel like if they added this, some people are saying, oh, it's just like the Hive. And I personally would disagree with that because the support station doesn't have anything shooting out of it. It's more of just kind of like a mist in an area you can cover that goes on forever. And if they did add this, they would actually make a good counter to skill builds for people who are using stuff like fire and bleed. And I feel like it would counter a lot of things so people don't have to get mad as much if people are using these kind of builds. And also, this thing can be taken out EMP, so there would be a counter for it as well. But I feel like this would be something really cool to see in the Division 2. Now, the next and final thing, as for new items in general, or I guess new gear sets, or returning gear sets, I would love to see them bring back something like Firecrest, so you'd actually make the fire turret useful, because I don't know anybody who uses the fire turret in the Division 2. In Division 1, it's very useful because for one, you guys will see right here, we have a whole set based on the fire turret, aka the flame turret, and this gives you range and damage. And I feel like if they did make this in the game, more people would use the flame turret and actually use it. Now, we already have stuff like Foundry and obviously Future Initiative for stuff like the Budget Reclaimer or the Poor Man's Defense, a lot of people have been calling it. But I personally would love to see them add something that's based on sniper rifles. And to me, I love sniper rifles. I loved Hunter's Faith in the first game, and I feel like this would be absolutely awesome for them to add something like this in the game, or even in general. Some weapons I think that are lacking are stuff like snipers, LMGs, and a little bit of shotguns. I know some people use the Sweet Dreams a lot, but I feel like they need to add something more than the Scorpio and something maybe more than the Nemesis and the Mantis, and maybe give us something really cool in those categories. And also touch the categories that aren't really used that often, like knee pads and gloves. We know that the Ninja Bike knee pads and the Sawyer knee pads are there, but I don't know many people who use those, and I feel like if they added in new items that are more usable, as for gloves and knee pads, people would use them. And for gloves, we only have one pair, which are the BTSU, and I know everyone uses those, but I feel like it'd be really cool if we got a pair that were based on defense or maybe even offense. And for other content, which I will be talking about in part 2 a little bit more in detail when stuff starts getting added to the game, which will be after this, the updates and stuff that I'd like to add. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Is going to be an apparel event based on rogues and hunters, and also potentially more legendary missions and have better rewards behind them besides just an outfit. Make it where if you go through the legendary mission, you get an exclusive mask that's really hard to get, or maybe even an exclusive weapon. I know some people are going to be really mad about that, but for one, legendaries, in my opinion, I feel like you can get through easier than a raid, because a raid you get to get 8 people. If you can get 4 guys together and use skill builds and use distance, you can get through legendary missions very easily. And I'd love to see something like Manning Zoo or maybe even Title Base and be upgraded to legendary and give us more stuff to do. And if I had to add any more items to the list, it'd be an overall fix to the game, rework a lot of stuff that's bugged, and also give us some decent DLC that we're actually going to enjoy. And also, I know a lot of guys are going to agree with me on this, give us replayable game modes that actually make us want to replay them. Personally, I look at Summit and I rarely go in there because I find it very boring. And if they gave us something, I'm not going to say survival, because we know we're getting Division Heartland, which a lot of people are going to be playing, and that's pretty much, everyone's calling that Survival 2.0, because due to the leaks that a lot of people have been talking about for quite some time now. And or a battle royale, because it's free to play, and that's what most battle royales do, like Fortnite. They make them free, so everyone's kind of talking about that. But as for game modes, maybe they'll give us something completely new, kind of like the Be the Hunter idea that was thrown all back, where you have people who are hunters and you have people who have to go in and get items and get out, while the other players have to hunt them down and kill them. Or maybe something PvE based that has a lot of replayability, or something PvE based as well that has a lot of replayability, or merge them both together and essentially give us a really, really cool game mode. But overall, those are just a few exotics slash weapons and also a few gear items and gear sets I would like to see return in Division 2 Year 3. And none of this stuff may even make it, obviously. You probably won't. None of it probably will, let's be realistic. But I feel like some of these items need to be reworked, and just please, for the love of God, just add a full auto lightweight M4, and I will be happy. But that's about it, guys. Please let me know in the comment section below what you guys would like to see be added in Tom Clancy's Division 2 Year 3, and also a few things you would like to see be changed in Year 3, or just overall ideas you guys want to talk about. But like I said, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys.